Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We are here with another week of our boxed lunch series. This series is where we'll make a quick box during our lunch break. And the videos will post around noon Eastern Standard Time. I may do one of these live. I'm not sure yet, but this week we're not live. But I was trying to find things to grab to make these boxes because if you haven't watched from the first one, this is just going to be random stuff that I pick up in my house and make a box out of. So this week I was thinking, okay, for a craft fair, how great would it be for, you could do like this is a pack of oatmeal and this is Quaker's gluten-free. And you could put like a pack of apple cider with it. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cute. I don't have apple cider. They probably don't sell that here because I'm in a different country, but I don't know. But I realized that's the exact same measurements for the July 26th Clorox wipes box. So this is a super good idea. Last week's box, you can put your oatmeal in there and you can put your apple cider. Make sure it's a gluten-free apple cider. And you have a gluten-free option for your craft fair, which a lot of people are going to super appreciate that. People with different dietary needs. We have gluten-free oatmeal only because that's the only one they sell at the store. So tastes the same to me. So it fits in last week's box. But so this week we're going to do something a little bit different than the oatmeal because that's just the same box. So this week I think we're going to do, let's do a little get well soon box for a little Theraflu. Okay, my husband was a little under the weather, so he had to have some Theraflu. And you know what? Let's put a box of tissues with it, or like a little thing of tissues. Let me see if I have one. If not, I gotta run to the store. Okay, I found a pack here. This is a generic pack that I got at the base. It was 6 packs for like $2. I know they come 3 for $1 at Dollar Tree, or I can't remember what price they are at Walmart, but they're super cheap. You can get bulk packs on Amazon, especially right now with back to school. You can get bulk packs for super cheap. But this is what I have. So I have one little Theraflu and I have pack tissues. You could probably add 2 Theraflu and it's not going to change the measurements, but we literally have 1 pack and that's what I'm going to give. I also thought it would be cute, kind of funny, if you added a little stick of sugar, because like a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. But I honestly don't remember if we have little sticks of sugar like this. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to really change the size of your box. Either way, if you have these little sticks of sugar, like so, it'll all fit in the box together. It'll be fine. So that's up to you. So we need to go ahead and measure our tallest item, which I'm using my grid mat to measure, and it is just at 5 inches. Oh gosh, I hope this isn't going to be the same exact as the other one. So 5 inches long by, again, our Theraflu is going to be our widest point. So that's going to be 2.5. So 2.5 by, now we need to go ahead and put this on there. And it is going to be, it's slightly over 1 inch, but we can push these tissues down to 1 inch by 1. Okay, so that's our length, width, and height, right? All right, let's go ahead and do our 5 boxes. 3, 4, and 5. Right? You could do them bigger probably so you can better see it, but this is just how usually the size I draw them. So our height is 1 inch, so 1 inch. Let me put a different color. 1 inch because we need to do our left side. Now we need to cover our entire front, which is going to be the 2.5. Now we need to cover the right hand side, which is your 1 inch. We need to cover the back, which is your 2.5. And we need to close our box. So we need another 1 inch, right? Now we also know that we need our coverage and our flap. So coverage and our flap. So that's going to be 1.5 inches. 1 inch to cover it, 1/2 inch to flap it, right? Okay, let's math. This way, that's 3.5, 4.5, 6, 7, 8. Double check that with your calculator if you want to. 1 plus 2.5 plus 1 plus 2.5 plus 1. Oops. 1 plus 2.5 plus 1 plus 2.5 plus 1 is your 8. That was an easy math, but I do want to show you on the calculator. Now we need to do our other measurement, which is going to be this way, using our length, okay? So we have 1/2 and 1, so that's 1.5 plus 5, so that's 6.5, plus 1, 7.5, plus 1/2 would be 8. And if you want to check that again, your 0.5, because that's your coverage, or excuse me, that's your flap, plus your 1, which is your coverage, plus your length, which is going to be 5, plus your other 1 inch coverage, plus your other 1/2 inch thing. So 8. This one's going to be 8 by 8. So now you know you need your cardstock to be 8 by 8. Now, since it is a square, you don't have to worry about a long side and a short side, but I still like to write it out like this just because this is my formula and this is what's easy for me, okay? So we're going to say the long side is going to be the left to right. So I need 1 inch. Now I need 2.5 inches from that 1 inch. So that's going to be 3.5. I need another inch, so that's going to be 4.5. I need another 2.5 inches, so it's going to be at 7. Those are going to be my measurements going that way. Now the short side, which are going to be my measurements going the long way, I know I need 1/2 inch, and then I need a 1 inch from there, so that's 1.5. Then I'm going to need the 5 inches. This is 5 inches, so 5. So this is going to be 6.5 that it's going to come out. But let me not math that in my head. Let's actually make this box. All right, I'm using Stampin' Up! Pumpkin pie because I have this scrap and I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be 8 by 8. So let's cut it down to 8 by 8. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Now let's go ahead and do our scoring. So it doesn't matter because it's a square. Just pick one side you want for your long side, or to do your long side measurements. We're going to do 1. My scoring blade came off. So 1 inch, 3.5. Four and a half. My hesitation because that does not look like 2.5 inches. So let's see here. Oh, we math right. Woohoo. Okay. So that was just 4.5. And then 1 inch from the other side, which should be 7. Yep. So 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. So I math right in my head. All right, so we're going to rotate it. And this is going to be on the other side, which I'm calling my short side. And it's going to be in 1/2 inch. And at 1.5 on both sides. Okay, and then 1/2 inch. And 1.5. Okay. So if you are using a flat scoreboard, that's going to get you 1/2 inch, 1.5, 6.5, and 7.5. Okay, that's what that's going to get you. All right, let's go ahead and varnish our box. And obviously these boxes can be used for anything that you want to put inside, but I'm just giving you a little more ideas for your craft shows, or maybe even just your stocking stuffers for your family. Okay. All right, so turn your paper to where your side, where you have 1 inch on either side, on the left and the right. That's going to be our starter position for this particular project. And again, on the right hand side, the 4 boxes on the top and the bottom, whether they're a rectangle or not, we don't need them. Okay, scissors. I'm going to cut those out on both sides. Okay. We're going to miter that flap. Okay. So this is back to starting position. We're going to miter the flap slightly. And we're just cutting off the little piece of triangle. And our usual formula. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need to cut up here. We need to cut up here. I'm going to cut more, about that much off on the top and the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut and cut and miter and miter and cut and cut and miter and miter. And we're going to do the same thing to the bottom. We're going to cut up the score line, cut off roughly half or whatever you want. Miter and miter. Okay. And one more. Cut up the score line. Cut off. And miter and miter. Okay. we are going to go ahead and corner round as usual. So let's go ahead and corner round. I used 1/4 of an inch side of my corner rounder. These are our flaps. Okay, there you go. Okay, so box back in the starting position, and we're going to go ahead and check our box. And I think our box is okay. We're not going to have to cut anything additional. I have been on it with boxes this month. Oh, my paper has been right anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and add our adhesive. I close my boxes different ways every single time. There's no right or wrong way. The only thing you definitely want to do is make sure you have glue on both of these edges, because you get that gap. And I think last week we had a gap. One of the weeks we had a gap and we had to glue it. So you can use the lay flat method to close your box or whatever you want. Put a little bit too much glue, so that's why I'm going to give it an extra second here. Make sure that it's even. I had to move my score line a little bit because mine was a little bit off. So to make it lay flat, just squeegee it out. All right, so let's check our box. Okay, so put our tissues in, put our Theraflu in. Now I don't have my my stamp sets, because I would totally put this as a get well soon as opposed to how I'm going to decorate it now, but I got to do what I got to do. I don't have my stamp sets with me, so I didn't let that dry all the way, so my box is off. That's okay. Still closed just fine. So here's what it looks like inside. You do have this gap here that if you have the sugar sticks, you can just pop that right down in there, and you could, if you have, I know, oh my gosh, what is Sean's? Scrappy Boys. I know he has a Mary Poppins stamp set that'd be really cute on here for like the whole spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. That would be super, super cute. But I don't have it, and I don't have any stamps with me, so we're gonna go with a fall pack. So take everything out, lay it flat, and we're gonna go ahead and decorate the front using our scraps from Simple Stories, Vintage Country Harvest. I might stick a foam sticker on here. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, that's pretty on there. That is really pretty. So you could always just cut this out just to have this here, and you could just put a saying on it, and that would be absolutely gorgeous. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do, because we don't need to over decorate, because again, just like I said in the previous videos, most people who buy these at craft fairs are not crafters, and the people they're giving them to are not crafters either, and so they're honestly just going to toss it. I know that sounds harsh, but that's what they're gonna do. All right, so this is by what, 5 inches? So I'm gonna do mine 4 7/8. I want to say this was actually, I cut out a different image off of this image. Where's the paper collection? Okay. I did. So I cut out that and now I'm just using this piece of it. Okay. And then I need to cut some off because it's a little bit too wide. So this is 2.5. So I need to make this 2 3/8. That is absolutely gorgeous. If I wanted to, I could have backed this with maybe some early espresso, like a brown paper or a yellow paper, or a green, just to give it a little bit more color. But I'm just gonna go with this. See how we're not overthinking our decorating? We're just using our scraps. And this would be beautiful for a crafty friend as well. You know, when you're giving these to a crafty friend, you may want to add some gems or, you know, Nouveau drops. Well, even on a craft fair, you can add Nouveau drops because they're not that expensive. You know. Okay, so I like this pumpkin time foam. Or let's see what else we can add from the sticker pack. So we have all of these as well, but I kind of like the foam. Let's see. This is what I want. Okay, let's see. I was trying to find something blue to put in here, but I didn't find anything blue, but I did find this Hello Fall that I think I want there. And I think I want the foam. Pumpkin time. Yep. I was going to put it off to the side, but I think I want it in the middle there. And I do want that there. How gorgeous is that? I love it. Again, you can add your gems, Nouveau drops, whatever you have. I don't have either with me. You don't even have to add that because this looks beautiful as is, right? I love it. So we're going to put our Theraflu back in there. We're going to put our little tissue box, our sugar stick. Oh, you can put honey sticks in there too. That'd be really good. You could even do this Hello Fall because that's usually when people start getting sick. And you can even put, you know, get well soon if you have a stamp on the crate or, you know, whatever you want. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.